Right then, I'm going to do a little bit of ETS. I haven't done this for a while, so I need to get myself a new trailer. We're in the beta as well, so taking a look at things. I go for... What do you go for is the question. I can't see. Maybe that'll do. Hey, Super. Streaming early. Well, you know what? My times are all over the shop at the moment, and I can't guarantee when I can stream and when I can play a game. So it's as and when at the moment. When I've got free time, when I can do stuff, I'll jump on. So, you know, my job's crazy at the moment, the way things are. So cram it in while you can. How you be doing anyway? If I had a missus, yeah. But no. It's just the work is just completely crazy. We won't do that. That's fine. Oh, can't even remember as I had on the thing. Ridges or Michelins? You can always change them. Need to make them black. I know that much. Oh, you might have had the touch of it, huh? No, I bet the people who seem to be suffering from it, when they suffer from it, it seems to be really quite bad. Like, whoa. That is what? Slap on that and that. Spin it round. Change this one as well because I want that one. I think I used that one, wasn't it? Let's have a look at the rear end. Take the advertising off. What other options do we have? I think that'll do. Yeah, the testing side of it is a bit of a meh, to say the least. They could get tests for everyone, be job done, wouldn't it? You'd know who's who and what you need to deal with, but that's so many people. Right, we're purchasing that one then. You know, I haven't played this for so long, I've forgotten what I got to do. Oh my god, trailer manager now. I wouldn't want to wish it on anybody at the end of the day. So we're running the beta, so we've got the new audio and we've got a new sound mod in for the truck, and I think it sounds pretty damn good actually. No, no misses. No. Oh, I do like the sound of that. Right, we're gonna need a job, aren't we? Preferably something local. Oh god, hold on. Global. That's a 750, but it's a new mod released by that guy that I can never pronounce, that I always call Crunchy Bum because I can never remember his name. Yeah, I think it's a 730 or something like that. I don't care about that, as long as it sounds good. Right, let's have a look. What have we got? A nice little trek towards Scotland. And it's a 77, so that's not bad. Who will do that? Can't quite see where the exit is. It's beer somewhere.
Turn left. Turn left.
We're not going to turn left. Right, I've got to manage my cameras a second.
Get ready
my...
to turn left.
Ooh, they've changed the voice and how it sounds. Interesting.
Turn left.
Put a filter through it.
Get ready to turn left.
The game sounds quite quiet in comparison
Turn
now,
left.
so I'll have to adjust the game, my stream settings, I guess.
Keep left, and then turn left. Turn left. You have arrived at your destination.
Take the beacon off! How dare you! I do heavy loads now and again, and might come in handy. Gotta go get it loaded up. Ah. Why did it change camera view? That was weird. Stalled it. So just so you can see we're all in. Get it loaded up. There's no point. You know, what's the point of getting a really expensive keyboard for something I tap on once in a blue moon? I mean, I'm got a Corsair mechanical keyboard upstairs, you know, but that's because of that machine. Let me just swap that back. For that machine, you know,
Right.
it would be using the keyboard for gaming. But for something where I just need to be able to press a few keys, what's the point in getting a really expensive keyboard? It's just spending money for the sake of it. There's literally no point. You know, spending... You know, Corsair keyboard's going to cost you, what, 60 quid plus for even for a basic Corsair keyboard. So if you go for like a K70 or a K90, you're looking at £100 plus. I am not spending £100 on a keyboard where I just need to press like 2 or 3 keys once in a blue moon. Pointless. Absolutely pointless.
Exit now.
Even 40 quid's stupid. It's just not worth it. I'd rather use an old Microsoft keyboard. Job done. I mean, it's held on this arm. Isn't the best thing to type on in the first place. But I've got to buzz through that light. It's just an El Cheapo. That's all I need. If I didn't need a keyboard, it'll be out. I'm liking the sounds on this. They've certainly improved the sound since I last had a go on this. Maybe I'll just take the keys off and I'll wrap it in carbon fiber like I did the back. So if you see here, it's carbon fiber wrapped. Not that you might be able to see in the camera. Maybe I'll rip the keys off and carbon wrap the keyboard. One of these does it. I can never remember which button it is. God.
Rerouting.
Yeah, this is the beta. What I'll do, let me just tab out of here a second. I'm just going to boost up the game sound because I can tell this is going to be quite quiet for you guys. And of course, I've moved my chat window because that was what I wanted to do in the first place. See, even inside here now. This is what I was on about before. Not that you can see inside the... But now you get the echo and reverberation of being within a container ship if you go through a tunnel, you should get a tunnel effect. You know, the sound as it bounces off the walls. And this is something that I've been nagging for ages. That sounds really nice. And as you come out, blends out nicely. I like it. I like it a lot. I don't even know. Probably going with the wrong one. I think I'm going to enjoy the new update. It's going to add so much more of the little things that make it a better game. Because just those sounds alone, it's just really nice. Wow, that's a good view. You can't see it, it's over there.
Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right.
That might be kind of difficult, I don't know, because obviously it's done by the modders. Uh-oh, there's a car that's not working. Oh, he flashed in. The only downside to this truck is it's got a 692 litre tank. Kinda sucks. Yeah, the texture for the car didn't load in. Did in the end though. I see.
Get ready to turn left.
Just underneath that bridge and you get that sound again, the reverberation or whatever you want to call it.
Turn left.
A couple of things that I've noticed then, obviously we've now got different sounds as you go underneath objects or through tunnels or when you're on the ship coming out. They've kind of changed the sound on the sat-nav, so it sounds like it's coming from a small speaker rather than some glorified jukebox in the cab somewhere. Yeah, I think the next update's going to be a really nice one in terms of the game quality, you know, and how they're doing things. Be interesting to see what they're going to do with traffic and traffic sounds and things like that. Well, the mods, that is, when they start playing around adding cars in and doing sounds for cars and God knows what. Hopefully there'll be more flexibility. I tried them before, I can't remember what keys I assigned them to. Hey now. Might have a bit of a tan on this one. Ooh, we can't tell on the camera, it looks orange. Let's have a look. I think I know roughly where I put them. Was it here? No. No. Oh god, I'm speeding and I can't tell. Hello there, Black Velvet. Name of the mod? Ah, that's a new one. It's a new release from that Supertard might know, that Crunchy Bum guy. I can't remember his name. Can't even pronounce it right, so I just call him Crunchy Bum. I opened up my YouTube this morning just to have a quick glance and his latest video popped up in my stream, so I was like, oh, I'm having that. And I'm glad I put it on because it sounds bloody good.
On.
You got him banned. For doing what? Hold on. I'm trying to find how many gears we got in this thing. Oh no. Where is it? There, 14. For a month. What did he do? Yeah, the truck sound in this is a mod. Even that sounds good, just driving by. Whoops, I'm weaving all over the shop. I haven't done this exterior view driving for a long time. God, I'm rough. Yeah, even the traffic on the road and the truck on the road sounds like it's traveling past you now. Whereas a lot of the time before it used to be like a static one level sound. No Doppler effect. That sounds really good, to be honest. Yeah, well, this is one of the reasons why I don't do multiplayer. Because there's too many, let's face it, there's too many assholes who play it. Who are just out there just to ruin other people's games. And it's just like, you can't... I don't seem to be able to relate to the people who moderate it. You know? Some of them seem good, other ones seem too happy just to click and ban, so it's like, what's the point? They've got a set of rules which they tend to run by, but, you know, sometimes I agree with them, sometimes I don't. So, for me, I enjoy single player more.
Keep left, and then continue straight on. Go straight on.
Well, it's pretty bad when the modders can't agree and you get others who agree with your way of looking at it. What are we looking? We've got 664 litres, 8 hours. Really? Right, hold on. I gotta remember my buttons. There we go. We've got no damage. 23 hours 30. Yeah, 23 hours 30 is adding up.
Keep
You
right.
can get rid of the two maps.
And then continue straight on. Go straight on.
There may be some people who will suffer with, you know, staying in all the time. For me, it's not so much of an issue because I'm working as a key worker. I'm out and about. There's no change for my lifestyle in terms of what I do. You know, I'm home for a few days, or I go out, I work for a few days, you know.
Keep right, and then continue straight on.
Yeah, I'm just a driver. Oh, there's a truck coming up. So, because I'm delivering essentials, I'm out and about. Which is probably why I haven't played Euro Truckers or ATS so much, because I'm driving, you know, vehicles like this all the time, so it's like, bleh. It's still surprising how many people you see driving on the roads. And I swear there's a good percentage of them who don't need to be, you know.
Keep right.
I was out driving the other day and there was a guy with a table strapped to the roof of his car, and I'm thinking, really? You've gone out to pick up a table when you're supposed to be staying at home? And it just makes you wonder, you know, why aren't there police checks to stop these kind of people? I know that there are, but the police can only do so much. So it looks like we got a mod that's not loading properly because there's another red car. That's the third time now I've seen that. It's probably not compatible with the beta. It's probably the AI. Jazzy Cat's AI mod not loading in some. Ugh, it's crazy. And the number of people who are probably going out for exercise, who probably haven't been out for exercise in God knows how long. Oh God, here we go, I'm stuck. The worst ones are the teenagers, though. The number of teenagers you just see, you know, groups of them on bikes or walking around street corners, blah blah blah, the usual. This is like, really, you know, you're not.
Go straight on.
You're not going to just skip it. You may end up just passing on to somebody else. Anyhow, enough of that. No need to talk about that. We get that day in, day out. Well, you know, I don't think anywhere's going to see... I mean, it's still early days, let's face it, you know. When they talk about the fact that a vaccine is going to be, you know, minimum year away. Hey Jared, how you doing? Yeah. Number of kids. You know, I can understand that people need exercise, they're stuck in their house, but, you know, I think the biggest mistake was allowing people the option to go out and exercise. You know, I'm sure there are things you can do in your house for exercise, walk around your garden, whatever. What was that guy who in France did a marathon on his balcony? I don't know. Perhaps at some point they will stop that. And then what gets me is then when you are out on the road, I don't know what it is, but the majority of The majority of people are driving like snails. It's like, you're not even doing the speed limit, mate. Move it. And it's always somebody who's wearing a mask driving. It's as if they're like, oh no, I'm outside and I got to be careful. I can't drive faster than 15 mile an hour. Uh-oh, go straight on. Look out, there's a bike behind me. Whoa, we just missed him. That was close. You'll have to excuse my live chat seems to be blocking some simple messages from people. So Jared was asking Super Tad, how are you, buddy? How's the... oh. Actually, if I go exterior view, how loud is it? I didn't notice. Probably not a good idea to do it on a bend. Oh, it does go quite loud, doesn't it?
Keep left, and then continue straight on. Go straight on.
I think that indicator's a bit loud. Yeah, it kind of sucks though that you have to sit there on your savings. I mean, I did that for the last 7 months when I was made redundant. 7 months keeping yourself going on your savings is like, whoa, that hits your pocket hard.
Go straight on.
Well, when I was told that I was going to be made redundant, we had a year, so the year before I was actually made redundant was when I was like, right, okay, I can't really do much spending and start putting stuff away, you know? Yeah, it goes really quick. Then if you're entitled to anything, then make sure you're signing on for it, you know? Must admit though, I went in to sign on for it, and they were absolutely useless. In the end, I didn't bother. I did 7 months just off my savings. I was like, this is just hopeless. And they weren't any help to me, so I was like, yeah, whatever.
Go straight on. Keep right, and then continue straight on.
These bikes are everywhere in this.
Go straight on.
Just the one thing I'm missing now, and that's what I need the modders to do. I've got a lot of added packs, so motorcycle pack, truck packs, AI packs, blah blah blah. They all add vehicles, but they don't add the audio for each vehicle. So what I'm waiting for is for the modders to start updating their mods with sounds so we can get the bikes going by nicely, the modded
Go
trucks
straight
going
on.
by nicely. That's the next thing I'm going to be looking for. Yeah, it's a long time, but that's 7 months looking for a job and applying for stuff and not hearing back, and oh man, and the number of different forms you fill in. They should, I tell you what, they should redo how you apply for a job and make it one simple form that you fill in, rather than these multiple forms that companies have, different questions. It's like, Jesus. What's the point of having a CV if you've got to fill in a form anyway and put your details onto that? It's like, really? And every company wants to know something different. That was the worst experience of it all. Just going through filling in all those forms. Safe isn't a problem. Majority of people that you end up dealing with are good, you know. You'll get the space to do your job and what have you. There's still people out there though who will still, you know, walk up to you and take stuff off you, and it's like, dude, you're supposed to be self-isolating and keeping a distance, and yet you're standing right next to me, and it just makes you wonder, you know. Slower zone, slow it down a little. Yeah, I don't think it's because they're doing it on purpose, and it's not because they probably don't care, it's just that they don't think. It's just common sense. And people just don't remember that they should be doing this, that, or the other. And I think that's all it is. Doing gardening. See, I still see a lot of vehicles on the road that I may consider as non-essential, but I don't know. I don't know what is essential fully and what isn't. That maybe there should be a list, but what's he coming out for? He just wants to chit-chat, does he? Well, that had a little bit of a sound as it came by. I don't know why, though. Well, this is it. It's a tricky one to decide, though, isn't it? You've got to appreciate that the government's got a really hard job on their hands at the moment, because they've got to try and keep the majority of people, you know, moving along in terms of health. They've got to fund a lot of people who are out of work. They've got to fund the businesses that go out of work. They've got to fund the local councils to make sure they're surviving and can support their people. You know, it's a big juggling act for the government. It's not going to be easy, and I doubt they will get any of it 100% right. You know, the government haven't unbelievable task to try and comprehend all of the aspects of what's going on.
Keep right, and then continue straight
I
on.
certainly wouldn't want to be the guy in charge to decide who gets what and what gets funded and what doesn't.
Go straight on.
You know? Yeah, small businesses. There will be a lot of businesses. I mean, there's some big businesses that are, you know, having to shut doors and people lose jobs and what have you. But it's going to affect all sorts.
Keep right, and then continue straight on.
I mean, right now in the foreseeable future, if you can support a delivery service of some
Go
form,
straight on.
that's probably your best bet. As far as I'm aware, some takeaways are still open and running. As I say, if you can run a delivery service, which I think that's what a lot of people... I've seen my local restaurants
Keep right.
who normally don't do home delivery, the owners are doing home delivery using their own vehicles, you know?
Go straight on.
They can get some kind of turnover generated. Oh, that was a bit of slowdown then. What was that? So 4 hours, 7 minutes for arrival. £80 gets half a cow. See, now, why is it that you type in 12 meatballs and the live chat decides to hide it? Ha! That's weird. Yeah, but does he stock toilet paper? Probably does now. It's going to be the new currency, innit? We'll be trading now in toilet paper. 30 sheets of toilet paper, please. There's another dodgy red car. Well, most of the time it's alright. I mean, you know, you see people who you think are just being silly, being out and about, but, you know, what can you do? certainly not going to get myself worked up over it. As long as it's not used, that's alright. Well, I try my best to get the quality as high as I can. Unfortunately, I'm still limited by the equipment I have, you know. I'm still streaming off the one PC, even though I've got two PCs here. I've tried the NDI streaming, so you stream from one PC to the other, and then use that second PC to stream to the internet. It's still not 100% perfect in how it works, so it causes other issues. So I'm still running off the one PC. But I've changed the way I do my streaming now. So I'm not using CPU encoding, I'm using NVIDIA encoding. But I just use a very high bit rate, so I'm using about 13,000, I think it is. I try and keep the blocking down to a minimum. See, tunnel. Yeah, I like that. Bitrate's like 13,000, 14,000. I think I had it at 15,000, but I dropped it down because there wasn't a huge difference between 13 and 15. Might get done for speeding around here. Slow it down a little bit. But it's nice. Listen, now you go past the construction sites, you can hear the guys doing the construction work while you're driving. Whereas before, because the sound volume used to be one set volume for everything, the truck was so loud, it would drown out any of the outside sounds. I mean, my net isn't brilliant. I got a 20 megabyte, sorry, upload. I wish it was gig. But, so I'm using like 13 of that. 20 download, oh my god. Can't remember the last time I was that slow in terms of speed. I would, these days, I would begrudge going below 100. Then again, if you... I don't know why companies don't offer like a 50-50 service and just do 50 meg download and 50 meg upload. That would be brilliant.
Go straight on.
I'd be down for that. Yeah, it's like I'm on Virgin Media and I'm on 200 down and 20 up. And even then I still think that that service is kind of You know, if you're going to have 200 down, why not do like at least 50 up? And on a 300 service have like 80 up. I know they're managing their loads to make sure that their service isn't overwhelmed, but I don't think that what they offer for uploads is that good. And I can say that quite happy now because I no longer work for them. I think the absolute minimum for downloads, upload speed should be 20 for anybody.
Keep right, and then continue straight on.
Uh-oh. Speed change. I hate these when it speed changes. I never notice.
Go straight on.
Well, that's just it. You know, the first protocol is always going to be, oh, you know, you haven't had a new router in X period of time, have a new router. Okay, fair enough, change the router. But if it's still the same, then call back and just say, look, you've given me a new router, it still hasn't fixed the problem, what else are you going to do? They may be willing to come out and sort out the wiring for you, but wouldn't hold your breath. And that's one of the problems when you're living down somewhere like a coastal area. Because if it's remote, then you really are going to struggle with options. Well, I mean, the problem is, see, when you're streaming, you want to be streaming at least 3,000 just for the quality-wise, just to make sure you got some kind of quality. I mean, Twitch is like 3,000 minimum, isn't it?
Go straight on.
I'll just tell them, you know, well, if you're going to dig it up, just make sure you put it back. Perfect. In the long run, you know, if they can guarantee that's going to fix it, then I would probably say go for it. And if they can guarantee that they can dig it up and put it back nicely for you, even better. Most of them should be able to anyway, unless you've got something really weird in your garden that's, you know, like block paving. If you've got any of that around your property, then that's going to cause a problem because no one wants to touch block paving. What was the excuse? Oh, so they're putting it down to cost. But then, how would they replace your cable if somebody came through and cut the cable? Or if there was a break in the cable itself? Are they saying then that if your service stopped due to a break in the cable, that they wouldn't come out and fix the cable? That's a worry. So they originally laid the cable is now degrading, shall we say, to a point where that cable may cease to work. If that ever happens, are you in a situation where, well, my service isn't working, you need to dig up the road, but no, it costs too much? Is that their answer? How many people live down your road? Is it just like a 1 or 2, or are we talking 20, 30? Need to speed up again. It's weird. Watch that car will pop in. There we are. It's weird, that is. You got 70 people. Maybe you need to talk to some of the other neighbours and see, are they all suffering the same? Because if you're all suffering the same in terms of speed, then it just goes to show that the wiring is just probably out of date, or the cab that serves the area is out of date and can't support any higher speeds. At which point then you all need to write in collectively and say, you know, we're looking for a better service, blah blah blah, and see what comes up. Well, what, the fibre service that's nearby, who supplies the fibre service? Is that BT or is that Virgin? Right, but if you go to the Virgin website, if your road isn't serviced with fibre, you can make a request, and if they get enough requests, they can look into fibre, adding fibre to that area. The problem is, with the way things are at the moment, nothing's probably going to be done anytime soon. Someone's causing a little congestion by that. Who hires it? Virgin? No, Virgin's their own. Virgin supply, install all their own stuff. So, let's say there was a new property build, you know, let's say 100 houses just been built. What normally happens, the construction people who build that area would then go off to BT or Virgin and say, look, we've built 100 homes here, it's all ready for you to lay your cable, can you come in and plumb? So those companies then would look at that area and decide whether they feel it would be advantageous for them to add their lines into that area, and they would then install. For areas that have been built and haven't had any work done, usually, let's say there's a cul-de-sac, an old cul-de-sac that hasn't got any cabling for Virgin or BT or whatever. Usually what would happen then, you get one person who says, I would like to have X service. They'll approach the company will see that potentially there are people there who would like to have the service, but they're going to need more than one person to apply, because the cost to do a whole street is expensive.
Keep left.
So as long as they get the correct percentage of people applying, they would then consider laying the cabling required to do the job. He said keep left. Keep left. So really what you want to do is talk with your neighbours or the whole street, and if people are interested, you need to get everybody on board to click on I would like services. It's not going to be quick, because it's not going to be something they're going to do overnight, but you know, who knows, maybe 6 months, a year down the line, perhaps they'll look into doing it. Well, that's how it works. You know, if you said, you know, I'm in a street, I'd like to have broadband services, but you're the only person applying in that street, you know, to cable a street, it's going to be worth more than one account. So the company needs to see a return for the work and the expense that it's going to cost them to lay that cable, because they have to apply the to the council, get the right to dig up the road. They've got the cost then of digging up the road, paying the crew, getting the cable laid, paying that crew, and then for another crew to come back round and put the road right. They've got then the expense of running up to each and every property and installing the cables to that property, so it's paying the crews to do each and every install. You know, so all adds up. It's a lot of money. Ah, look at that, chatting away, and we're around the corner from delivering.
Keep left, and then turn left. Turn left. You have arrived at your destination.
Alright, one of these should be a camera. Not that you're going to see anything from that view, I think, but we'll go to that one. Uh-oh, overcooked it. Okay then, take care. Where are we? We dropped it off. Stop the engine. Press the button. One of those buttons, I can never remember which one. Tick, 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 boom! That goes up. Continue. Get another job. I was going to crash then. 69, 62, 58. That's not bad. Trip down to Liverpool's nice short job. We'll do that one. It's a nice short job. I need to wipe my screen down because got dust all over it, mate. Gotta love that sound. It's brilliant. Just we drive into a post because I have no idea where they are around here. Taking a job from you? I think it was, wasn't it? I got the job. Yeah, don't remind me, I gotta tidy up my house later. I've left it. I was gonna do it this morning, I thought, nah, can't be bothered. I'll do it later. I know I'm going the wrong direction. Let's try and do an exterior view, shall we? He's going the wrong way. He needs to turn it. That'll do, considering. I do like the sound of that. Sounds bloody good, doesn't it?
Turn right.
Right, and we are off. Down to Liverpool. It's the latest mod from you're gonna ask me his name. I say it all the time. I call it Crunchy Bum because I can never pronounce his name and I can't even remember what it is. But if you go to his YouTube channel, you'll find his latest mods, and this is his latest open pipe mod. But it's for the new beta. So basically, when the game goes fully live, this will be ready, hopefully. And it's an awesome sound. It's great. Works really, really well.
Keep right, and then continue straight on. Go straight on.
Go straight on. Maybe cut the corner there a little bit. Need this guy next to me to move. Well, that was a smooth change. It was literally opened up my YouTube to get my streams ready, and his name popped up in my stream list, and I was like, oh, you must have released a new one, so let's check it out. So I had a look at it, and I was like, oh, that sounds a bit tasty, let's try that out. What's going on here then? Ooh, burnt out in the middle of the road. Nasty. I don't think I've seen that one in the middle of the road. Usually it's on the side. Did I finish my coffee? No, I didn't. I still have coffee. Now it's cool coffee. So what are you doing with yourself today, Jared? You got a day off or what? I got a day off, so let's play some games, chill for a bit, do a bit of cleaning, you know. And probably end up falling asleep somewhere because I'm absolutely knackered from yesterday. I was out till like 11 PM. Ugh. Get the old lights on. But I got a crummy horn though. Where's my horn? Oh, it's my wipers. That's my flashing lights. Where the hell did I put my horn? Yeah, I need a new horn. If someone can point me in the direction of a really good truck horn instead of this piece of shit. Sounds like an old xylophone kind of thing. Oh, that's the wrong button. At work right now. There's a life, eh? At work and watching YouTube. I can't do that. They'll pull me over. Get in trouble. Oh yeah, we got to get fuel. We got half a tank. Although probably got enough to get there. It's only a 3-hour trek, 4-hour trek. Yeah, gonna need to mod my horn, as they say. I mean, listen to that. Come on. As a game developer, surely you can put a better horn in than that. Right, we'll leave it on the single screen view because it's getting to be quite dark and you won't see too much on the screens. Move it! Oh, he's got the run on me. Yeah. Get out of the way! Well, that's weird. It won't let you rev. Oh, there we are. I was mashing the accelerator with the clutch in then. It wasn't doing anything. That was rather weird. And all the trucks here, they're racing. So fast.
Go straight on.
The lighting looks good though. Remind me next tunnel to go exterior view. I need to remember to do that. Oh, there's a car there. I was going to change lanes. You could hear that car going by. Weird how some of the cars have some sounds.
Keep right, and then continue straight on.
I'm starting to think I didn't actually put my window winders in. Let's have a look. Options. Button. Yeah, it didn't, did it? So now, we can open the windows. Well, that sounds kind of meaty, doesn't it? There's also like a wind effect sound as well. That's interesting. Might be really loud, so I do apologise for you guys. That's the right window closed. I've just got the left one, so that's why you can hear the left is slightly louder and there's a wind buffering sound. Yeah, they've done a really good job. They've actually surpassed what I thought they would do. I didn't realise they would do that wind buffering sound. Back to fully closed, the window sound going up and down. That was really good. I am impressed. I'm gonna look forward to this new update.
Go straight on.
My main monitor needs a clean. Man, that's a mess. Check out the lights. Tunnel. That sounds really good. That's way better. Finally, that is way better than any sound they've done before in this game. Well done. I think they get the sound in this game right where it needs to be. Been a long time coming, but that was good. Can't wait for more sound mods to come out now.
Go straight on.
Should actually be using that view. Does that view still work? Yes, it does. It's a Ferrari. One hour, 11 minutes to go. Damn copper. Got another car behind me. Oh! Too busy looking at the mirrors. Whose texture isn't loading in. Just wish I knew which mod was causing it. I'm seriously going to have to go off and have a look at the car sound mod, see if anybody's updated for the beta. Hope it's not in beta for too much longer. It's been in beta for a while now, hasn't it, when you think about it? It's been at least a month. Usually it's not in beta for that long. Must admit, the first time I tried the beta, though, it was a bit rough. Didn't have a lot of what it's got now. So they're probably just tweaking and adding little bits here and there that they can do quickly, I guess. Liverpool.
Keep right, and then continue straight on. Go straight on.
Uh-oh. We've got text messages coming through.
Keep left.
Just my
and
mobile
then continue
update.
Straight on.
Right, got to turn off down here now.
Go straight on.
Shane, I have no idea what you're on about. Talk about confused.com. Oh, whatever. That's 8 mile an hour, really? Nothing. Plus 12. Oops, alright, you can have me in that one.
At the roundabout, take the first exit. Exit now. Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right. You have arrived at your destination.
You have arrived at your destination. Great, that didn't work. A little bit over, but we're okay. Right then. What we got you then? 70. That gets us back into France. Glasgow. Take some dynamite down into Cardiff. We're going to blow up Cardiff by the looks of it. I think that might be a good one. 12-hour run crossing the ferry into Luxembourg. Well, thereabout, just outside. Taking explosives, 12 tons. Ooh, might want to be careful with that one. Cargo has been loaded. Gotta love that sound.
Turn left. At the roundabout, take the second exit.
It's a really good mod.
Exit now.
I mean, I usually enjoy the open pipe sounds anyway, but this is probably the best one I've heard yet. It's not in your face. There's nothing that sounds wrong with it. It's, you know, you go through the rev range, it sounds good. Exterior views, it's good. Yeah. Really nice. Now, if they could do the Volvo one, because I really like the Volvo one, it's got a really nice burble sound to it. If they could redo the Volvo one, or the beta, I'd love to hear that. I'll have to find some fuel, I'm afraid.
Keep right, and then continue straight on. Go straight on. Right, and then continue straight on. Go straight on.
No, we can do that. A little bit of slowdown now and again, not quite sure what that is. Wonder if it's something loading in. Oh, my hands are cold.
Go straight on.
Let's pick up a bit of fuel, shall we?
Rerouting.
Well, that didn't sound good, did it? Brunch. Oh, that sounds much better in there. Maybe had the windows down. God, it even makes going to a fuel stop sound more exciting. And you can hear it when you're filling up as well. I like it. Probably a little bit overly done, but I'm not going to complain too much on that. Oops, didn't see him. I think there's just a big difference between window open and window closed. So I think I'll change. Where are we? Escape audio. Where are we? Truck effects, volume, exhaust, engine. Traffic, volume, world sounds, ambient sounds, interior sounds. The engine and exhaust volume. Trailer volume. Interior sound volume. Ambient. See, I don't know which one controls which. That's the problem. I have to go through one. I will leave it for now. I'll be there all day otherwise. Tweaking it to my liking. So a full up. 11 hours 51 to go. This is what happens when you're trying to do everything without looking at the road in front. Get around him. Don't knock him off the road. Right, let's go back to triple, shall we? We should have enough light. We can see what's going on. I saw the camera at the last moment. I couldn't be bothered to slow down. I know I should have. I have no keyboard. Ah, you've got to be shitting me. Bugger. So it's taking me out of the game and I can't get back into the game because it's not allowing the keyboard to work. Has it finished yet? Don't tell me it's been doing a Windows update in the background and I can't see it. Yeah, have a look. Nope. Why did my keyboard just die and then come back? Right. Give me a second. I need to fathom out what's going on. And I type into a Chrome window. Yes. So if I tab back to the game, will it now work? Yeah, it's back. Thank God for that. That was weird. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. No, it's back. I don't know what was going on.
Go straight on.
If it's not the keyboard, maybe it's the USB hub it's plugged into. But then I didn't see the USB hub flash off because it does light up. But I can't remember if it's plugged into the one I can see, which is a 10-port USB hub.
Keep right, and then continue straight on.
I'll have to do a bit of digging around on my USBs.
Go straight on.
Oh, we're going straight on.
Keep right, and then continue straight on.
Straight on. Let's turn the lights on behind the monitors so it looks better than a bit of a mess that it was. Ooh, it's starting to rain. Be interesting.
Keep right, and then continue straight on.
Now I can hear the windscreen wipers a lot louder than they used to.
On.
You open the window.
Go straight on.
Sorry, I was messing around with the window trying to fathom out what happens if you put the window up and down in the rain. It does leave like a water line That's to where you left the window. So if you move it, say, halfway down, and then you put it back up in the wet, you do get a water line there, which is good. Doesn't always do it though, from what I can work out, but...
Exit left.
Turn that off, don't I? Well, it looks like there's a colour or something. Must have hazards turned on or something. Nope. What was that then? Oh, okay, I didn't know that. I didn't realise the light bar up front does the indicator as well. I was like, what's that? Why is the light bar lighting up? But it does like a main light and an indicator light.
Go straight on.
Weather sound could be louder. Those cracks of thunder are a little bit too soft for my liking. Pretty weird, isn't it? Maybe I can click it that fast. It just feels like it's double clicking. I am contemplating on purchasing a new wheel, but with all this virus thing going on, I don't know whether I should bother and just leave it until it all clears up. I've ordered some new metal parts for the rig, so we're going to look at strengthening the foot plate or the pedals. Maybe do away with the Huizenveld pedal rest as well. Sao Paulo, Brazil. Welcome, Brazil. It's good to see it's getting around the world, isn't it? Nine hours for... We haven't even reached the docks yet. I'm assuming it's the docks. I can't remember if it was a train across or the ferry. Thank you very much. And the weather's starting to clear up.
then continue straight on. Go straight on. Keep right, and then continue straight on. Go straight on.
Oh, it's supposed to be an 80 limit down here. Let's slow down a bit.
Keep right, and then continue straight on. Go straight on.
Ooh, we're going straight on. We don't want to be in that lane. Got to be in that lane.
Keep right, and then continue straight on. Go straight on.
Let's get it back up to speed, I think.
Keep right, and then continue straight on. Go straight on.
There's a car next to me. Oh, he's leaving a gap. That's okay. I'm enjoying those exterior views now with the sound mod working and the sound actually giving the Doppler effect. It's class. And for anybody who's just tuned in, this is running the new beta. I haven't put it into the description because I forgot to, so and it's using a new sound mod and a couple of new updates, but nothing that's really worth mentioning. They're just additions in terms of traffic. Right, Dover's coming up.
Keep left, and then continue straight on. Go straight on.
And don't forget, if you're enjoying the video, give it the old thumbs up. Help support the channel if you can. If you want to see more, hit the notifications. Hopefully that's working, you never know. Right, and speed cameras. Speed limit is 97 at the moment, keep an eye on that. And deedly doodly. Hey Jasper, how you doing? Watch it. Nearly. Fuel wise, still 577. Doing well on fuel. Oh, which VR golf are you playing? I've always fancied picking up one of the VR golfs. They look like really good fun. What was the one I'm trying to remember the name of the one I was looking at. There's at least two that I know of that's supposed to be really good. But they were always like 20-30 quid, and I didn't think they were really worth the 20-30 quid, but I've seen them drop down to 10 quid recently, so I fancy picking one up. Yeah, it might be the one I was looking at. Are you enjoying it?
Exit left.
I haven't got enough room to swing around, but I'll have a go. From the ones I've seen, the videos seen, they look really good.
Turn left.
I'd be crap at that. I'm in the wrong lane. I remember, oh, what was it called? There used to be some old golf simulation games. You know, where you move the cursor with the mouse and you aim it and then you hold the button down for how much power you want. And I used to play them quite a bit. But, the VR ones, I've always thought... What was it recently? I think, so VR golf was something I wanted to get, and boxing. Because some of the new VR boxing games look really good. But I haven't touched my VR in, oh god, months now. Ah, so this one's concentrating on getting the physics really good, yeah? Might be worth looking at then, actually.
Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
This finding the time to play VR at the moment is a pain because it's just the setup procedure, you know? Oh, that hasn't loaded in either. So there's a texture issue on some things. Very interesting. Yeah, I mean I bought the Rift S, but I sent it back. I had way too many issues with it. Image quality was okay. It was definitely an improvement over the Vive that I've got. However, I didn't find it as bright as the Vive, which is disappointing. Plus, I was getting too many black screens. How are you getting on with the Rift S? Are you getting any issues with black screens? I mean, I bought it in the early days where it was a big problem. I knew it may be fixed with drivers, but I wasn't willing to wait. Not getting any issues, yes. I don't know if I want to take the punt on it again, to be honest. for the price, you can't go wrong, you know. And if they drop it down in price, maybe it's worth having another look at it, you know. Because I like the idea of having the inside-out tracking, slapping it on your head, and just getting out there and doing what you want to do. Whereas the Vive, you've got all the cabling. I've got to set up the lighthouses again, and it's. I think going forward, inside-out tracking is probably the best way forward, but need more to support it and refine it. Oh, that sounds good. That's a better train sound. Main issue I had was just black screen. You'd be playing a game, and next thing you know, you get a flashing black screen in there, and it was so annoying. And for Andrew, can you say America? Let me think about that. I'm not sure.
Ready to turn left.
Thanks very much, Andrew. Yeah, there was quite a lot of bugs. Okay, take care, Jared.
Turn left.
Right. Calais, welcome to France. That's my Whoops, didn't see him. I did look, but I didn't see him. He must have come out of nowhere. I think I'm going to need to repair my truck. Let's have a look. Oh, 3% damage. Back on the right side of the road. I don't know about that.
Go straight on.
Oh, whatever. Speeding offence. It's going to get me all the time now, I swear. Make a bit of room for the bus. Not that it cares, because it sits there on the side anyway. There's me being all nice, trying to let the bus out, and he just sits there like a lemon. Brussels sprouts. See the truck? Oh, now you're asking.
Battery low.
And my battery's running out. Wait for it. It may change camera, it may not. There's a corner coming up. If it was a straight road, I'd put it to that view. Go around. But yeah. It's kind of hard to do that sometimes. Hey, all you need is a set of wheels. That's all you need. Slapping loads of stuff on it and painting it pretty colours isn't going to change the delivery. I don't like a lot of chrome on trucks. Ugh. Well, you don't have to purchase the upgrades. You can get, you know, mods and stuff to do things, but some people want to spend their time, you know, making a really detailed truck and what have you, but don't need to at the end of the day. Gotta bear in mind we're using the beta at the moment, so not everything is fully compatible with the beta. Why do you want the traffic to speed up? I mean, look, I'm doing, what, 84 and they're bombing away from me at the moment. I like the fact that you can weave through the traffic. Bit of fun. Keeps it interesting.
Keep left.
Keep left. Get on my way, little car. Coming in. Squeeze it in. Yeah. We got like 3 hours and 20 minutes, 17 minutes, something like that anyway. I guess you don't drive around with the speed limiter on then. I have to drive with the speed limiter on, or otherwise I'm like you, I'd be driving around as fast as the truck would let me. Oh, there's a bike coming. Oh, can somebody click my back? My God. Limiter on, fuel coming up, and we've got loads of fuel. Actually, this thing's pretty good, even though it's only got like a 600 litre tank on it. It's pretty good on the fuel. My money's doing alright. We're on 1.8 million, and we've got 16 grand just coming in there, so can't complain about that. I have no idea. Yes, the virus, it is a thing. What more do you need to know? I can't believe it. The DLC can't be that much longer because it's been a while now since they've announced that it was coming. And usually when they announce it, it doesn't take too much longer for them to sort it out.
Keep right, and then exit right. Exit right.
How am I doing with the virus thing? Well, you know, I'm always at risk. I'm a key worker, so when I'm not sitting at home, staying in, wash my hands, as you should do, I'm out driving about, helping others, so there is a form of risk, but you do what you can. Doing fine otherwise, because at least I'm getting out of the house and it keeps me sane, rather than sitting in the house going stir crazy, looking at the same four walls. Yep, look out, slow down. Yeah, I like that, but the construction sound's got Doppler effect on it as well. Yeah, I read that in the news as well. Well, every government will
then exit right.
Do what they think is necessary to curb the effects.
Exit right.
Whether it's right or not, I don't know, but I mean, I know that Amazon is prioritizing deliveries anyway for essentials first. But Amazon being a business, how well they're prioritizing? Who knows? Oh, I don't know. I mean, is it really essential that you're going out maybe buying a new mobile phone when your old one will suffice for the next couple of months? It's not really an essential, is it? And that's the thing. You know, it's like over here in the UK, you know, they're saying the same thing, only go out if you're buying essentials. Well, how can you justify going out, purchasing a brand new table, putting it on the roof of your car and transporting it back to your house as essential? You know, that's what I've seen. I'm out driving and I see all sorts. And it's like, really? You've gone out, purchased a table, when you could have done that 6 months down the line. You didn't have to do that now. Oh, I know. But there's let's face it, the majority of people will probably be perfectly fine. I know what you're saying, you know. But there's going to be more people who are not adhering to the rules correctly than there are going to be those that require, say, a phone because theirs has got damaged or does not work at all. And it's a tricky one at the end of the day. You know, so don't get me wrong, I understand where you're coming from.
Keep right. Exit right.
Exit right. So where are we? 1 hour 11 minutes on this one. was a little bit of a speed up there.
Turn left.
Oh, turn left. Right. I think that's a little bit harsh, don't you? If you did that, just think of all the electronics you wouldn't be able to access. Oh, I don't know the ins and outs of what came from where, to be honest. It's not something I keep track of. How about let's not? Don't really want to get into political stuff on my channel. It's not something that I'm bothered with. You know, there's political channels out there, so you're probably better off going to those and having a word there. This is a sim driving, truck driving channel. That, you know, that kind of thing. It's not really required.
Turn right.
Better still, if you want to talk to somebody who likes that kind of chat and likes to drive as well, then try Gamer Muscle. He likes his politics. You kidding? Boycott Chinese food? I like my Chinese takeaways, thanks. I like my crispy beef and stir-fried rice. Oh dear.
Arrived at your destination.
Not quite sure about the sound effect over that. That was weird, that was. Well, that's why if I was going to have Chinese food, it would only be done as a treat. It's not something I have like a daily thing. Definitely not good for you. At least the bits that I have anyway. It's probably why it tastes so good though. Kind of good that when you're driving on gravel you do get like a gravel sound effect from your tires. We are in. I don't know. I mean, I watch him from time to time. He's fun to watch. Sometimes the political stuff gets a bit too much for me because I come there to watch and see the banter that he has, and the banter's normally pretty good. But he enjoys his politics, and that's something he wants to talk about. Then fair enough. It's his channel at the end of the day. But yeah, you're right. He should be a lot bigger than what he is. Bit of a shame, really, but I'm sure he doesn't mind. He's probably happy. I don't know. Is it his main thing? Do I play multiplayer? No, I don't. Maybe once in a blue moon I'll touch multiplayer. But I find multiplayer to be, I don't know. I just don't find it as fun. I prefer single player because of the traffic mods and everything. Maybe as they expand on multiplayer and the modding and what have you, then maybe we'll move over to that a bit more. But I find multiplayer to be toxic at best most of the time. Anyway, guys and gals, I'm going to leave it there because I've done a few hours. I need to crack on with a few things around the house anyway. If you want to see more, hit the old notifications. If you've enjoyed it, hit the like, and we'll see you in the next video. So take care, and bye for now. Oh yeah, make sure you wash your hands.